Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines from our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at all your wonderful comments and questions and ideas on how to have an amazing life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to get together with you every single day. Excuse me. Ooh, my coffee is acting up. And of course, today is December 28th. It's no exception. We have a lot of important news to share with you today. But as always, we want to make sure that everybody that is new to the broadcast is feeling welcome. So if you're new to the broadcast, let us know by writing the word new in your comment. And that way we will give you a proper welcome. If you have something really important that you wish to say, please add the letter Q to your comment. That way we can acknowledge it. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we love you. But unfortunately, we don't have live comments on YouTube. But YouTube, we love you. If you enjoy these broadcasts, please hit that thumbs up. That way you are going to be helping Coffee and Headlines quite a bit. We have a lot of news to cover today. The city has just unveiled a very important development plan that I want to make sure that we get through as thoroughly as possible so that we can be clear, because there's a lot of important changes coming up this coming year, as has been announced just by the Puerto Vallarta administration. So we'll go through those, and then we will move on to our weather and our chit chat as usual. I apologize in advance because there was a lot of information to take in. So we won't have all the graphics that we usually have. So let's just get started with this. Okay, so Puerto Vallarta's new administration has unveiled an ambitious plan to transform our city into the friendliest city in the world by implementing radical changes in the way we interact with the city and with one another in 2022. I'm taking words out of the press release that was delivered by the city. The plan is truly comprehensive, and I watched the entire presentation. So in order for us to make sense of it, we have to break the announcement into steps, so we can truly appreciate how this plan may have major influence in the future planning of metropolitan areas throughout Mexico. Our mayor is clearly being a trailblazer about this. So let us break this down into steps, and then we will add some context so we can better connect with the news. In this Plan de Desarrollo Urbano, the first step is nomenclatura de calles y avenidas, or the naming of streets and avenues. For starters, all street names in Puerto Vallarta will be eliminated by fall of 2022. As you well know, and we've reported this quite a few times in the past few weeks, the Municipal Tourism Office has been going head-to-head against the city's Department of Urban Planning on what to do to simplify our addresses. Urban planning has been subscribing to the traditional approach of maintaining street addresses just as they are, and they have even partnered with a local chapter of the Asociación Mexicana de Profesionales Inmobiliarios, or AMPI, the real estate organization, and they have tried to entice developers to offer substantial discounts to owners willing and able to actually learn the street address of their condo buildings, to no avail. Prospective buyers insist on the fact that they live at Pier 57 or Pavilion or Zenith, but even a substantial discount on their down payment was not enough for them to remember their street name. This is the conservative side. The other side, the tourism office, on the other hand, has been advocating for easier to remember addresses for years, taking into account the new condominium buildings featuring evocative names in English, of course, for all to remember. So it seems that the Municipal Tourism Office has succeeded, given the announcement by Mayor Michel that we will no longer have street names starting in 2022. So how will we know specific addresses without street names? Well, this leads to step number 2. In step number 2, or paso número 2, is Nuevo Sistema Domiciliario, or the new address system. Puerto Vallarta will implement a new address system by the end of 2022, turning condominium developments into key reference points. Again, this is the system proposed months ago by the Tourism Office. This was actually 6 months ago, and it's finally being approved by the new administration. It is so easy to follow that I think it's easier to demonstrate than to explain it. So, consider Oceana Vallarta, a popular condominium on Basilio Vadillo Street. This is a Google Maps photo, so it hasn't been updated, but we know that La Dolce Vita is located there, and so is Starbucks. Well, the new address for La Dolce Vita and Starbucks will be Oceana 1 and 2, respectively. So La Dolce Vita, you can send messages to La Dolce Vita, Oceana 1, Emiliano Zapata, Puerto Vallarta. Now consider El Mole de Jovita, for example, a lovely Mexican restaurant located 4 doors to the right of Oceana, and their new address for El Mole de Jovita will be Oceana 4R, which means 4 doors to the right of Oceana. With this very simple, said Mayor Michel, with this very simple system, said the mayor, calling the street Basilio Vadillo will become completely unnecessary. Here's another example. This is the Avida. I actually don't even know if it's Avida or Avida, but you know this building. It's located on Insurgente Street. The new address for Hotel Belmar, which is located next door to the right, will obviously be Avida 1R, thus eliminating the use of Insurgentes altogether. Now, we all know that there are many city blocks that do not have condominium buildings with evocative names in English, which leads us to step 3 of Mayor Michel's truly innovative plan. And step number 3, of course, is un desarrollo inmobiliario por cada cuadra, or one condo building for every block. And this is absolutely brilliant. By the end of 2023, every block in all the city of Puerto Vallarta will have one condominium building with an evocative name in English to use as reference point. Furthermore, the names of each building will start with the first letter of its colonia name, and prospective buyers will be encouraged to invest in buildings whose name best corresponds to their personality or lifestyle. For example, all buildings in Colonia Versalles will be called names that begin with the letter V, such that, for example, large people or women that have just received breast implants will want to pick homes at the new voluptuous condominiums, while female impersonators will probably choose to invest in the new Vixen condos. In Colonia 5 de Diciembre, from now on, it's going to be called 5D, no more 5 de Diciembre, and late night workers will want to invest in the new 5 o'clock shadow building. And of course, gay men will feel right at home in Emiliano Zapata's new project, Endowed, although I understand that the top apartment, Penthouse 69, has already been purchased. And this takes care of the new administration's ambitious plan to transform Puerto Vallarta into a friendlier city within the next 2 years. Of course, we will keep you posted with new developments as they become implemented. Unfortunately, the side or bad news about all of this is that Mayor Michel did advance the fact that given this new and ambitious plan, the completion of the Insurgentes Street Bridge, currently under construction after Hurricane Nora destroyed it, will not be complete until March 2025. Lots of important changes, but there has to be a sacrifice, I'm afraid. But it's so exciting to hear all these wonderful changes coming to Puerto Vallarta. And now moving on to other news. This is also something that came to my inbox this morning. Earlier this year, La Capella, a prominent restaurant in Gringo Gulch, announced their gay brunch. It detonated an important paradigm shift among the local business community. Clearly, you do not need to be a gay business owner to host a gay brunch. All you need is a rainbow flag. Well, Costco is getting on board with this concept, announcing that you don't even have to be a restaurant to host a gay brunch. This coming Sunday, January 2nd, Costco will host its first ever gay brunch, as indicated by the rainbow flag logo that is now clearly visible in one of its facades. So this Sunday, you can do your shopping while you enjoy Kirkland mimosas and, of course, rainbow hot dogs. All are welcome, regardless of whether you are topless, bottomless, or otherwise devoid. We will leave you all the information for this wonderful new brunch in our show notes as usual. And then moving right along. Oh, this is truly interesting and important because, we live in a city that is full of rumors. It is inevitable. And we try to stay away from rumors here at Coffee and Headlines. We absolutely want to make sure that you get the most trustworthy information. But the rumor that the Palm Act 2 Entertainment and Encanto will merge into a one-of-a-kind entertainment emporium. We've been listening to this for months and have discarded it, but now it has been confirmed, but in the most unexpected way. For some time, it turns out, the three entertainment venues have been working on a more effective way to collaborate, developing a tunnel system. Yes, an underground tunnel system connecting all three venues. Up until now, for example, performers working at any given venue have been strongly forbidden against performing at any other venues. I will give you an example. The boys performing at Act Two's It's Raining Men have been forbidden to participate in the Palms Boys on Fire and vice versa. That is the kind of guideline that the venues have implemented for years. That's why, if you're invited to do if you're invited to perform at another venue, the owners just simply don't want you doing that. But now the Voice performing at Act Two and It's Raining Men will be able to do that with the new tunnel system. They will be able to move from one venue to the other quickly, and in fact, the venues want to collaborate so much that all venues are providing roller skates for performance and audiences to be able to quickly get from one venue to the next by enjoying a multi-pass of entertainment. Now, how did the rumor come out? Apparently, they did not want to unveil this until, I think it's January or February next year. But they were starting to do experiments. They wanted to do a major event, but as soon as they began doing roller skating trial runs from venue to venue, they became aware of a flaw in their design. Apparently, the tunnels run parallel to the ley lines, which, according to experts, are lines of naturally occurring fields of magnetic force or mystical veins of power that run across land or water and lead from one point or vortex to the next. And we know that Puerto Vallarta is very much a strong intersection point for the ley line. So when the venue employees began skating from one venue to the other, a well-known local spiritual healer that chose to remain anonymous began sensing a disturbance in the ley lines that has affected his equilibrium. To this date, it is unknown whether the aforementioned healer will recover his sense of balance, and the name of the forthcoming entertainment conglomerate is yet to be announced, although some are placing their bets on the very catchy Palmac Canto. Palmac Canto. That's going to be hard to pronounce, but I'm sure they'll come up with a good name for this wonderful transformation. And needless to say, we were intrigued about Nacho Daddy. Since they are not included in the project, we reached out to them for comments, but according to one of the owners, they are far too busy outfitting their underground swimming pool in anticipation of a yet to be named mermaid musical currently in workshop. And that takes care of our news for today. Let us switch over to our weather forecast just to see what we have in store for the rest of the week. And of course, we will get to Taco Tuesday after that. Some of these clouds, I assume, are good clouds. That's what our snarky weather says now. Of course, our temperature is 23 degrees. It feels like 26. Humidity is high again. It's 81 degrees. And for those of you that hold on to the Fahrenheit hope, Palmacanto, that's a great suggestion, Chris. Thank you very much for that. I'm sorry to break the news in half, but that is the best idea that I have heard. Anyhow, back to the weather. Fahrenheit is 74 degrees, and our weather for Sorry about that. We had a little glitch here. Palmacanto threw me out on a loop. Anyhow, our weather forecast for today, it's going to be humid and partly cloudy through the day with a high temperature of 26, low temperature of 17. And tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to be a clear day, high temperature of 28 and low temperature of 16. And Thursday, the day in which Amy Armstrong and company have their concert at Teatro Vallarta, and I hope you've purchased your tickets already. It's going to be clear through the day with a high temperature of 29 and low temperature of 16. And that, my friends, takes care of our weather forecast. Let me see what else we have here. I have another headline for you before we dive into Taco Tuesday. As you know, today is December 28th, and we celebrate Holy Innocents' Day, or the Feast of the Holy Innocents. The Massacre of the Innocents is the incident in the nativity narrative of the Gospel of Matthew in which Herod the Great, king of Judea, orders the execution of all male children 2 years old and under in the vicinity of Bethlehem. A majority of Herod biographers and probably a majority of biblical scholars hold the event to be a myth or legend or folklore. Of course, this does not stop Mexico and many Latin American countries from celebrating the day with pranks. Here in Mexico, for example, it is quite traditional for newspapers to come up with funny headlines and news items not intended to offend, of course. But we are a serious project and we would never attempt to misguide you with information that was not well researched and verified by multiple sources. And now, of course, it's time to look at our Taco Tuesday. Let me set this up. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And we'll get to your comments in a second. Hold on. Oh, lots of support for Palmacanto. I think that makes a lot more sense than that other name that they came up with, which I cannot even pronounce anymore. Okay, we'll get to your comments in a second, but first let's take a look at our Taco Tuesday. Yesterday, I had to endure that horrible encounter with the reality of your overweight body during COVID, otherwise known as shopping for clothes. I had to go shopping for an outfit for the concert that I am the MC for on at Teatro Vallarta on December 30th, and I succeeded in my mission. I went to Liverpool and found what I needed, and of course, being so close to one of my favorite taco places, it was inevitable to go and pay a visit to Taquitos Roque. Taquitos Roque is located right next to the Aramara Market. It's right on the corner. If you're driving, you wouldn't miss it. And in fact, if you look through the foliage, which I know you can't, am I showing you the foliage over there? Yes, there's the foliage. If you look behind that foliage, that's where the Aramara Market is located. And oh my God, I can't focus today. Anyhow, the taco place has you guys are making me laugh. I don't know why. The taco place has a comfortable place outside to sit, and they also have a spacious indoor, and they are open all day long. We often talk about taquerias that offer certain tacos in the morning, certain tacos at night. Well, Taquitos Roque is open morning, afternoon, and evening. They change their menu through the day. Um, they have great tacos, but they also have other meat related dishes and quesadillas, and their menu is very prominently displayed on their doors and all over the place. And aside from tacos, they offer these very economical breakfasts, which you can enjoy. So it's a great place if you live in that neighborhood. This day, yesterday, it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was starving, so I started with two beef tacos, which were absolutely delicious. They come with all the standard garnishes, and let's see what else. That's a great question, Mark. I heard that too, but let me get to that in a second. I was still hungry anyhow, and I ordered a quesadilla, and I was given this is a beef quesadilla, by the way. I was given a choice between flour tortillas and corn tortillas. I went for the corn because I know that they are prepared in house, and this was absolutely yummy. This is what it looked like once I prepared it with two different kinds of salsas and a little bit of lime juice, and it was absolutely delicious. So I wholeheartedly recommend this taqueria, and of course, we will have all the information for you in the show notes. And um, now I can be me. Happy Mexican April Fool's Day, everyone. Let us take a look at your comments and just to see what everybody is up to this morning. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Shun is in line for sauciness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God, Gwen, you're absolutely right. The week is zooming by. But it's great that we're all together here, at least for a few minutes. Oh my God, a new person, Scott. You will be in Puerto Vallarta for the first time ever on Friday. That is amazing. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines. What an interesting day for you to join us. I am so glad that you're visiting our city for the first time as we announce such trailblazing new decisions made by our local government. I am sure you will have a wonderful time here. Let's see what else we have. Dun 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 dun. Uh, let's see. Joe likes the idea of no names on the streets. I hear you. I hear they're just too much information to learn. Troy says I live at Pier 57 and I know my street name and address and I use it all the time. Well, this is great because you won't have to know it anymore. Um, let's see what else. Is it Mexican April Fool's Day? But not here, Ryan. We don't. We would never trick you with fake news here. Um, let's see what else. Lori says stupidest idea I ever heard. Well, Lori, I'm sorry you don't approve. What can I tell you? Those of us that live here are quite happy with the latest developments, and I hope you will come to understand what they truly mean. Um, I know, Logan, isn't this great? We get a condo and we get to pick the building. I mean, the buildings will have names that are in tune with our personality. So, can we go shopping for a condo together? I would like that so very much. Let's see. Oh, not in every block, Joe. If you saw Pitillal, I think that's where they're going to start building these new condos. Um, let's see what else. Is what a joke. Oh, this that must not be for me because obviously it doesn't have a queue. But no, we don't joke around here, Earl. We well, we do. We are funny, but when it comes to news, we strive for credibility. Let's see what else. Muchas gracias, querido Arturo. I walked past your family's restaurant yesterday and I thought about you. Uh, the Endowed. Yes, I know that's going to be a very popular building, Cheryl. I hope they will develop it in such a way that they have a nice penthouse on top and dungeons in the bottom. I am sure they will become quite handy. Let's see. Let's see. How will we define endowed? Well, again, Jonathan, this news are they just came out early this morning. I am sure that the city will appoint a female-led committee. Remember that Puerto Vallarta has been short of the governor, the mayor has been criticized for not appointing enough women in his cabinet, and now it seems to have come to light that all the women will be in charge of this new it's I think it's called the Mexican Commission for the local Puerto Vallarta endowment, or Que Grandote. And I'm sure that the women will have a field day, trying to figure out who gets to live in that building and who doesn't. Let's see what else. Um, let's see. Let's see. Gay hot dogs for all. Kelly. I'm sorry, Helly. Kelly, as in Helly. Kelly. I see a wiener, and I just get so happy. So the idea of having gay hot dogs for all seems to make perfect sense, and you get to enjoy them while you're doing your shopping. And if you need to keep them warm while you're moving your shopping cart around, you know exactly where to stick them. So I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. I think Costco has been brilliant in this idea, and I can't wait for all the gay brunches that we're going to have soon. I mean, imagine how wonderful the gay brunch is going to be at Home Depot. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Um, let's see what else. Oh, this is a good question. It doesn't have a queue, but thank you very much, Bronica. We don't know the length of the hot dogs yet, but I'm sure there's going to be some debate here because of the different priorities of Mexican locals versus our visitors. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm sure there will be girthiness for all to enjoy. Um, Joyce says this name changing of streets doesn't seem a good idea to me, in my honest opinion. A condo on every block, they better upgrade the sewer system or no one will go to PB because of the stench. Well, the good news, Joyce, is that along with the condo developments, there will be new glass made pipes that will go through the air. So if you're moving from one point of the city to another, you will be able to see in which direction the caca water is flowing. Thus, you can stay away from any potential leaks. I think that's very progressive, and I hope you do too. Um, let's see. Let's see what else we have. I heard Puerto Vallarta was being adopted and becoming a suburb of Vancouver, BC. I heard that too, Jonathan, but it's been confirmed that it's exactly the other way around. Let's see what else. Do 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 do. Karen says, you want to see me on skates? Oh, you will. In fact, I was so excited with the news that I just whipped out my old Boston roller skates and just oiled them and brought them to tip top shape. It's going to be great. Um, let's see what else. New rule, question mark. Cluster must dress in costume while listening to the broadcast. That's not a bad idea, Paula. I would love to see photos of that. Uh, Tammy, I am so glad to see you. I wanted to get your commentary directly, but it was Sean who revealed the news about your upcoming mermaid musical. You have all my support, and I really think that even, you know what? I mean, I think Nacho Daddy can connect with some of the other bars in the area that are also offering live performances, and you can not only focus on your underground swimming pool, but you can also resurrect the idea of the funicular, the entertainment funicular, going from you guys to some of the other bars in the neighborhood. So I'm sure you're excited about this, and my heart is really there. Let's see. Oh, this is easy. Charles asks, what happens when a condo gets demolished and rebuilt with a new name? Well, they build it taller, of course, so you have a better view. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Paco, did you get my email regarding Amy Armstrong tickets? I haven't checked my inbox this morning, Margaret, but I heard through the grapevine that you are transferring ownership of those tickets. I've got it under control. Thank you for letting me know. Um, let's see. I love this. I totally love this. Palma Canto is great. And this whole notion that performers are going to be able to go from and perform from in one venue and then in the other without any kind of obstruction, I think that is absolutely innovative. Um, let's see what else. Um, Kathy says, I'm new and will be there in a week. Nice to be part of your broadcast. Kathy, welcome aboard. It's so great to be here and deliver you with the most reliable information we can find. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have, and welcome to our cluster. Let's see what else. Do 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 do. Was today the April Fool's Day for Mexico? Well, yeah, I believe we explained that, but we will not have any of that nonsense here at Coffee and Headlines. Um, and Mark, this is a very important question, and I know that this is a fact. Palmo Canto will be serving iguana taquitos. And that is going to be, in fact, as soon as they start doing this, I'm going to be the first one to stop for Taco Tuesday. It'll be great. Um, let's see what else. Let's see. Da, da, dee, da, da. Both men and women can be well endowed. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, that's why they're building the voluptuous in Versailles, the Versailles voluptuous. It will be a great building for women with big chichotas. Um, it'll be great. It'll be great. And I mean, I may be a gay man, but breasts are fascinating. I'm going to visit that building quite frequently. Uh, let's see. Um, Troy, I appreciate your comment. Can't wait to hear your opening monologue on Thursday night at Teatro. How will you possibly top this morning? Well, Troy, for Teatro Vallarta, it really isn't about me. And in fact, I've had long thoughts about this. And, I am there just to briefly introduce the wonderful musical acts that are going to be there. I am not there to draw any attention to myself. Quite the contrary. I am so thrilled that the musicians are working very, very hard for us to have a lovely evening. I can't wait, and I'm sure that it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Let's see. Be careful throwing stones near those pipes. Well, yes, Albert, this is why the government has been so strongly opposing drones and fireworks during the holiday season, because some parts of Puerto Vallarta apparently are already trying the glass caca pipes. And, imagine if they start bursting here and there, it's going to be not good for tourism. Absolutely. Um, why use glass instead of PVC pipes? PVC, transparent PVC, Kathy, is still under development and is very expensive. So for the government to use glass instead, it allows us to have a very clear view, oh, sorry, microphone, of all the shit moving from one point of the pipe to the other. So if anything is headed your way, you can quickly pull out your umbrella and avoid it altogether. Anyhow, this brings us to the end of today's Coffee and Headlines. I hope you will leave this broadcast as well informed as always. Um, if you have been well connected to our city's important plans, if you are finding yourself inspired, encouraged, amused, or otherwise informed, you know what to do. We always appreciate your contributions. It is thanks to you, supporting members, that we're able to deliver this and all the other treats that we put together for you. And now it is time to move on with today's day. We will have show notes up and running in just a few minutes. Between now and the best time that we get together, of course, stay kind, stay happy, and start picking the name of the building that you would like to live in, because I think 2022 is going to be a very wonderful year for all. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.